Yeah, Bayek, you show that air who's boss. Cut that air. Cut it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nick. As always, you can call me Touch Ninja, and we are once again back playing some early gameplay from Assassin's Creed Origins. This is the Gamescom demo that is running at 4K on an Xbox One X development kit. Man, fucking alliteration. Xbox One X. So difficult. But anyways, so my feet got wet right here. Those are just those little touches that I like in a game. So the main purpose of this video, I played the demo. So each person got to play the demo at least once, and each session was about an hour long. But even after my hour, I decided there was just so much more stuff to do, so I actually played it again for 2 more demo sessions. Luckily, I had enough time to, so I pretty much did everything in the demo. So I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to show you guys, but in this specific video, we're going to be tackling the one side quest that was available during the demo. It involves helping kids being kidnapped, lots of fire, lots of death, and all that type of stuff. Just typical Assassin's Creed. So we're on our Assassin's horse right here, or any horse. I think I'm gonna name my horse Sparky when the full game comes out, if I can name him, or I'll just in spirit name him. You guys remind me to do so when the full game comes out. So they've actually introduced a new travel system. As you can see, you can actually set the horse to go on cruise control, and he'll travel to any custom destination that you set. And now I have to chase down this child down this dark alley like a creeper. And what you're going to see next is some kind of cringe-worthy combat gameplay. Not my best. This was my very first time playing the demo, so I was still trying to get used to the controls and everything. Once again, the combat system is definitely the thing that has changed the most in Origins. It's a lot more difficult to tackle more than, I'd say, 2 guys at a time, because they'll no longer try to attack you one by one. They will actually try to swarm you, and yeah, you just have to kind of keep dodge rolling. There is a targeting system, and as you can see, once in a while your eagle will actually lend you an assistance as well. And I decided to try out the heavy mace in this session right here, and it has definitely a unique feel to it, some unique sounds, and you're about to see a pretty gruesome kill finish. It was quite awesome. As well, each weapon has a charge attack, which you see I just performed right there, and here's the finish right here.
You did it! I knew you could do it!
Did you bring me here to get rid of these bandits?
Sure did. I'm extremely smart. Everyone says so.
How did a smart boy like you get tricked into working for bandits?
I don't work for them. This mean old lady locked up a bunch of us kids. She makes us steal for her.
Locked up?
Yeah, my sister was going to save us, and she said to meet her in the shipyard by the river. But she never came. Will you look for her? I'll steal you an apple.
Hey, you don't need to buy my help. It is yours for free. What is your sister's name?
Kawit, and mine's Ifri. If you find Kawit, tell her I'm mad at her.
Will do, little boy. Will do. You hold that grudge. So yeah, every single weapon in this game, melee weapon, has a charge attack, which you'll see like right here. All you have to do is hold down the attack button, and it'll do a pseudo Legend of Zelda Link charge, and it'll execute it in various different ways. And I think right here, yeah, my inner Link in Legend of Zelda was triggered, and I wanted to see if I could light that and something special would happen, but it doesn't happen. So this is the investigation area. This game has a lot of investigation, kind of akin to the Batman Arkham series, different areas that need to be scanned. You find clues, talk to people, and you'll go through like a little bit of a recreation of the scene, and just some things that this game has picked up, straight up copied or borrowed from other games, which I personally don't mind at all. I don't mind that if a game borrows cool elements from other games to kind of just change it and update it a bit. I think I need to eventually go around the ship and then find the clues, then eventually talk to the guy.
To make Ra jealous.
Yes, they say the ship caught fire in the harbor last night.
Know how it happened?
No, I am just here to repair it.
Not this guy though, a different guy, which I then need to intimidate, kind of Metal Gear Solid 2 style. So yeah, the weapons, I'm really interested to try the different varying levels of weapons, because they definitely each have their own unique feel to them. Every weapon has a heavy and a light attack as well. I generally try to stick with the heavy attacks most of the time, because obviously they'll do the most amount of damage. And as well, I found that the enemy types in this game did a pretty good job in general of blocking a lot. So best way to break down a guard is either to try to get around them or hit them with a heavy attack. You also see that it's kind of like a detective vision, but not really. By tapping your left analog stick, you'll bring up a quick scan of the entire area and it'll highlight key points of interest. So it's not as invasive as the detective vision or the eagle vision was in previous games, and the abomination that was the cyber vision that was in Watch Dogs 2, which was very it was very off-putting to bring up every single time and kind of distracting and noisy. So they cleaned it up a bit by just highlighting things quickly.
Keep your distance, or I'll break your face.
Easy now. Did you see a young girl around the shipyard yesterday?
I see lots of girls. Most not worth looking at twice.
They would likely say the same of you.
If it is information you want, you have just tripled its price.
I'd rather throw my coin pouch in the river.
Stop, you brute! I will talk! Back off, I tell you! By the limbs of Osiris, you are a cruel man!
What happened with the girl?
I looked at her twice. The second time, she was stealing my biggest jar of oil. She vanished like a demon in daylight. When I came back, ruffians were destroying my stock. May the lot of you sink to the bottom of the Nile.
Alright, so now that we get all the clues, we'll go through a little bit of a Batman recreation here.
I think I understand what happened here. Gawit stole an oil jar from that oaf of a merchant and hid until nightfall. Under cover of darkness, she spread oil on the ship and set it aflame. The blaze spread to the whole vessel. While the ship burned, Gawit freed the children held on the docks, but the bandits must have caught her. Whoever owns this ship was responsible for the kidnappings.
So now that we've done the whole investigation of the burnt down ship, we reached the second stage of the side quest. And the side quest is actually continual. There are other parts to it that I wasn't able to play or show you guys. So you're going to kind of see the semi-end of it. So we need to reach this next area and locate a missing child. And normally I would either fast travel here, or I would take a horse, or I would just straight up just cut the middle part out. But I thought you guys would be interested to seeing this entire kind of pseudo open world and how detailed it is. The game, like I said last episode, just looks absolutely incredible with so much detail, so many blades of grass. And when we reach this next area right here, this is the area that we need to infiltrate. So we bring up Senyu, our eagle assassin bird here, and we can use him to mark out the different enemies that are in the area. Normal enemies are highlighted with the white, and then the more high-level enemies are highlighted with the gold. And once again, I still was trying to approach this in a stealthy way as possible, so I decided the main goal probably is just to reach the child, so maybe I didn't have to fight it out at all, but eventually I do have to clear it out, and it's not done in the most stealthiest way as possible. But once again, this is my first session playing, and your biggest enemy when you're at these events is time. Basically, you just run out of time to do all the stuff that you want. So when I replay this game in the full version of the game, I will definitely try to take my time to slowly whittle down the enemies as stealthily as possible. But for this one, I just said, man, I gotta keep going, gotta keep playing, gotta record as much as possible, show you guys as much as I possibly can. So we kind of ditched the whole stealth thing in like 30 seconds from now. So I know I said that originally that combat is extremely difficult to tackle more than 2 or 3 guys at one time, but I think given this setting with the ship and all the things around me and the little choke points, that the only reason I was able to survive is that I could kind of move around the ship to tackle the enemies a little bit more efficiently. And as well, you see that guy in the background fucking shooting arrows at me, and I was able just to use the cargo to block it off. It was the most annoying thing ever, honestly, and you'll see it a little bit later in another episode where I tackle trying to clear out a temple, where the arrow guys, they will snipe you from across the map while you're trying to fight like 4 other guys, and stuff like that just makes things so much more difficult. And as well, what you see when I tried to take down this gold colored guy right here, each weapon also has a special power attack. So you'll see that blue bar that is right above my health, and once you do enough damage, you can activate it by tapping your R1 and R2 button and executing this really cool animation and this really awesome heavy attack that does a lot of damage.
Your brother sent me here. Where is Kawit?
They took her and everyone else to a house in the city. Some rich lady named Gaia owns it. It's by the temple of Hathor. Will you save my family?
By the mother goddess, I will.
So we're gonna head to the final stage of the side quest, but once again, this is a continual side quest. Where I finish is not the end of it. There's more to do, but I didn't get a chance to play it. Well, it wasn't available in the demo. And I'm gonna call a trusty assassin horse here once again. There are different various ways you can travel. You can run it, you can call your assassin's horse. I wanted to see the most of the world as possible, so I wanted to try to avoid fast traveling. But fast traveling is still available in the game. It is accessed the exact same way as it has always been. You unlock fast travel points by getting synchronization points by scaling huge ass buildings. But I decided just to walk it to see what the world had to offer, and I decided to run through this little lagoon right here, and we're gonna encounter our first wildlife for the very first time in this game. The good old alligator attack. The alligators were the bane of my existence, as well as eels in Black Flag. And to take them down, I just decided that going up close to them probably wasn't the greatest idea. So what I'm using is the arrow ability that allows me to like shoot 5 arrows at a single time, which is pretty beastly. Your inventory of arrows, as you can imagine, gets decimated pretty quickly, but it has pretty good effects, especially taking down wildlife. And the wildlife system, like I said in the previous game, functions almost the exact same way as it does in Far Cry games. There is an inventory system, a harvesting system, and you use the various stuff that you gather from different animals to upgrade Bayek's armor, his main assassin armor that he carries. And there's just there's a laundry list of different things that you need to access to try to finish this guy up with a nice charge attack. And once again, I couldn't show you the upgrade menu. Once again, it functions almost exactly like an MMO in terms of how everything is arranged and how you access everything. But that's our destination right there. I wanted to get into talking about what my main concerns are about the game, but I honestly don't think that I have enough time before we actually get to the max cap. So based on the embargo, I can only post 20-minute segments of the game, and I think I want to talk more than that for the amount of time I have available. So I will leave it here. We'll get a cutscene right here. We'll get a little bit of a glimpse
It must unlock something important.
of what we're going to be doing in the next episode. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, as always, drop the video a quick thumbs up. And hairy nipples.
Live forever. Did Ness send you?
No, young Ifri did.
Where is he?
What do you mean?
I followed you the whole way.
Take Mattia home. Go.
Why don't you go with them?
I'm going to track down that Roman bitch who did this to my family. If you want to help me kill her, meet me at the house of Neff.
Au. Hergewad. Tot net Jeruset. Sane webset. Ja, je tayu redu.
Whoa.